Good morning, my darlings. Good morning. My precious brothers and sisters. What a joy it is to gather together today. So let's pray. Thank you, God, for this glorious day. Thank you for each and every soul that has walked through the doors and even those that haven't. We bless them. We know they are guided and protected and loved, as are we who are sitting right here. And so I pray that everyone's heart will open up and be ready to receive that which is theirs to receive. In and after the nature of Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Unity on this wonderful Sunday morning. Please join me in singing Daniel Nemot, Swing Wide the Doors. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring on the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the door of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for, and what this life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand, about lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring on the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the door of this heart of mine. There's a voice that I've heard for years. I've learned to keep it inside. Well, now it's coming in loud and clear. I want a deeper light. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand, about lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the door of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart is mine.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Before I get started, I just want to say thanks to John and thanks to Michael for getting this thing working again. It's a scary thought to be up here and not have the assistance of this thing with you. I'll say good morning again. My name is Jim DeLucia. I am your platform assistant this morning. We are happy to have you with us. Is there anyone here for the very first time? Doesn't look like that. Okay. Each Sunday, we affirm together our sacred intention along with our mission statement. With me together, there is one power and one presence in the universe and in my life. God the good, all-powerful, all-knowing, everywhere present, right here, right now, God. And our mission statement: we provide a loving, accepting spiritual community, transforming lives through prayer, education, fellowship, and sacred service. watch the screen for upcoming events. And read the screen too. Now for our daily word. Our daily word today for Sunday, March 22nd, is wholeness. Wholeness is the unshakable, eternal truth of me. It is comforting to remember no matter what may happen to me in the world, I am always whole. Even during times of illness or insufficiency, my true nature is divine wholeness. Worldly situations will always be in a state of flux, changing and shifting in ways I cannot control. I do what I can to tend to my health and other material needs, but I do not worry over things I cannot control. Instead, I rely upon my prayer life and other spiritual practices to claim my wholeness. This is the enduring truth of who I am, whole and complete regardless of any outside circumstance or appearance. How liberating it is to know that I am secure in God and complete at all times, spiritually perfect and infinitely blessed. And from the Colossians, for in him the fullness of deity dwells bodily, and you have come to fullness in him, who is the head of every ruler and authority.
And once again, please join me in singing a beautiful Karen Drucker tune called In the Stillness.
Good morning again. I know I tell you this every time I come here, but this is my favorite place to be. It is, always. It's so good to see each of you. So I want to tell you a little story because you know that's how I like to go. That's how I roll, is with little stories. This is true story. Actually, all the stories I tell you are true. When I was at Unity Village for my orientation years ago, I got sick. I guess it was the flu or something, but the moment I walked into my room where I was staying at the conference center, which became known to my fellow ordinance as the plague zone, I began to experience symptoms. And all the things I usually enjoy there. How many of you have been out to the village? A few of you, right? The things that I used to enjoy, like the Myrtle Fillmore Garden, the Labyrinth, and my favorite of all was the archives. I couldn't enjoy them. I was in bed. I was very, very sick. A friend let me borrow her rental car to go to the pharmacy to get Theraflu and Tylenol and cough medicine and all that kind of stuff. But I'm pretty sure she disinfected that car when I got back. Or she wore a hazmat suit, I'm not sure. So I was there to give, it was my final time there. So I was there to give 3 talks to 3 different panels of ministers. So they could put the stamp of approval, right? You're good to go, you can get ordained. It was the final piece of my 3-year process. So an interesting variation of this particular flu or virus or whatever it was is that I lost my voice completely. Up to that point, I'd never had laryngitis in my whole entire life. And I haven't since either. So imagine with me, if you can, you're standing in front of a panel of ministers who can't hear a word you're saying. Nothing but air was coming out of my mouth. And not only that, I was still very sick. But they were so sweet and they were so compassionate. They all came around from the back side of the table and scooted their chairs up as close to me as they dared. And I guess because I'm a little twisted, I thought that was hilarious. I thought that it was A, funny that I had laryngitis that I'd never had, and B, I'm talking and nothing's coming out, and C, they were interested in the fact that whatever air was coming out might make some sense. Because I had flown 1,000 miles to deliver 3 superbly crafted talks, meant to impress and communicate my ability to communicate. Except I couldn't communicate. One minister even said, "You must feel so humbled." And I didn't know what to do with that, so I just nodded, yeah, and bowed my head as they put the stole around my shoulders. So that was my first taste of silence, unintentional silence. For a time, I actually believed silence was the threshold, the doorway straight to God. I now know that God is already enfolding, loving, protecting us in every moment. It doesn't require silence. Awareness, not silence, reveals it. But before I got that understanding, I always wanted to go on a silent retreat. And so since that didn't appear to be something I could do, I created silent retreats for myself at home. I turned off my phone and all my other devices. I didn't watch anything on the screen. I didn't read. I didn't listen to music because I thought all those things would distract me from my communication with God. So this was difficult. Have any of you done this at home? Gone into complete silence for 4 days? It's like seriously not easy. After day 2, I was having a lengthy conversation with the refrigerator rather than with God. What I discovered is that absolute silence could rightly drive a person a little cray-cray. I learned that I don't need 4 days anymore. All I really need is 4 breaths. Because silence is underneath everything, all the time. I used to envision monks sitting on a mountaintop or in their caves in silence, except for the right? That's what I thought silence was about. But that's not it either, is it? Now I know that silence is not a destination. It's the quiet place that underlies everything. I used to think I had to eliminate noise. Now I know silence is not the absence of sound. It's the presence of awareness. My dogs licking their paws, not the enemy of silence. My hip aching, not the enemy of silence. Netflix, not the enemy. The enemy of silence was never sound. It was disconnection from awareness, right? Yes. Awareness of presence is what we seek. Whether we're in downtown New York or whether we're sitting right here in this sanctuary. Silence isn't something you manufacture, which I tried to do with my 4-day silent retreat. It's something you allow. What if silence is not something we go to, but something that is waiting for us beneath the noise? Because that noise is always there. Have you ever tried to be silent and suddenly you remembered every conversation since 1983? And then you tried to recreate a better response. I should have said that, right? So I sat at the lake recently with my journal and my pencil in my hand, and I asked myself this question. How do I stay? How do I live always in the presence? How do I breathe deeply and know, really know, that this inhalation and exhalation is a now present gift? How do I remain aware of all that is enfolding me? Because while we're sitting here, we can be aware of it, because I'm talking to you about it. But the second we walk out of that room and we go and we get a bite to eat or we get in our cars, we forget it, don't we? Shake your head. Don't make me feel like I'm an idiot up here. God is enfolding everything. And that means me and you and you and you and you, all of us together. We're being enfolded in the arms and the love of God. That's where the silence is, if we're aware of it. So when you walk out of these doors and you go down to grab a little snack, with each step, I just urge you, with each step, enjoy the fact that you're enfolded. Even when you're walking next to a friend and you're chatting, part of you can be aware that you are enfolded, that you are held, that you are protected. And when you get your food while you're saying, thank you, God, inside your little brains, remember that that food, too, is enfolded in love. So while I was sitting there at the lake with the raucous calls of the birds and the wild screams of children, you know, the delighted laughter of children, I was able to dip below, or maybe it was above, the noise and find out, again, that right here, right now, awareness is. We bring ourselves to awareness. And that's when I realized silence is simply becoming aware of what already is happening. And you know what else I realized when I journaled that day? That awareness is being aware of itself. Now that sounds pretty convoluted. What the heck does she mean? Awareness is being aware of itself. What does that mean? So awareness is being aware that you're aware. Does that make any sense? So it's like you put yourself on a little shelf up there in the corner of the room, and that little self, the little Reverend Lulu self, is sitting up there being aware that I'm aware. Do y'all think it's time to get the white jacket out with the long sleeve? It's deeper than we normally go, right? Say yes. Yes. Because it is, right? Yes. So let's try something for just a moment. We're going to do a longer meditation afterwards. This is not our meditation, but I want you to do this for just a couple seconds. Close your eyes if you'd like, or just soften your gaze. Notice the hum of the fans. Notice your breath. You don't have to do anything to it, just notice it. Feel the clothing touching your skin. Feel your feet inside your shoes. You might want to wiggle your toes so you can be aware that you have shoes on. Notice the weight of your body in the chair. Notice that there's someone sitting next to you without even looking at them. I saw that. That, my friends, is silence. That is awareness. And you can open your eyes again. So we feel like silence has to be without the hum. We think silence has to be without noticing clothes on our bodies. But we live a real life, right? We have to leave the room and go get our snacks. That's real life. But we can be aware while we do that, can't we? I'm sorry? Yes. Thank you. So, not long ago, I lost a precious lifeline to my world. Can you guess what that is? My phone! I've been working in the yard distributing mulch around plants, right? And my little dog Finn was joyfully digging it up behind me. He's a crazy little guy. I reached into my pocket to pull out my phone to take a picture of this naughty but hilarious little guy who had just undone everything I had done. But my phone wasn't there. Oh no. So I did what any good private investigator of lost phones does. I retraced my steps. So I went to my purse, because I don't know how it happens, but a lot of stuff ends up inside my purse. It wasn't there. So then I went to the refrigerator, because I had pulled out a bottle of water. Doesn't it make sense? I could have put my phone there. Yeah, of course, but it wasn't there either. So I checked the bathroom, of course. So as the number of possible locations diminished, the panic started to rise. Oh my God, what do I do without my phone? It's going to cost me a lot of money to get another phone, blah, blah, blah. So then I remembered the Find My Device thing on my laptop. Do you guys have that? Find My Device. I'm telling you, it's like a lifesaver. And it assured me that my phone was indeed right there at my residence, which I figured it was because I hadn't left. Which, you know, that was unnecessary information. So I knew there was a little sound that the Find Your Device thing manufactures. I don't know what the word is. Initiates. There, how you like that? And so I retraced my steps. I went back outside, and I heard it. I heard it. You know where it was? Under the mulch that my puppy had dug up. And it come out of my pocket, and there it was, ringing that sweet little ring. And I'm like the puppy, digging for my phone. So my reaction was almost as strong as if I had lost and then recovered a little child. And then I wondered about that, like, why do I have this need for an electronic device nearby all the time? Like, why do I need that? Do I need it for information? When I'm throwing mulch? No. Do I need it for distraction? Not at that moment, but a lot of us use our phone for distraction. It certainly isn't necessary to keep me connected to source energy, is it? Because what did we do before we had phones we could put in our pockets? Source energy was still there, right? So Thich Nhat Hanh, you're familiar with Thich Nhat Hanh, the Buddhist monk? He once said, we seek distractions because many of us are afraid of going home to ourselves. Many of us are afraid of going home to ourselves. Is that not true when we can't go 5 minutes without looking at our phones? And when I said I went back to the bathroom and I said, of course, nobody seemed to really get that, but don't we take our phones to the bathroom? It's like we can't use the toilet without the phone. I've been known to even hold it. Wait, I gotta find the phone before I go. It's ridiculous. And I might add that sometimes we're afraid of what might be asked of us if we turn fully toward our higher self, our divine self. We might not know what's asked of us, which is another reason for distraction, right? But I've discovered that God, Spirit, our higher self is not waiting for us in a perfectly quiet room. God is in the hum of the fans. God is in the wakeful hours at 3 a.m. God is when we walk down that hall to get a snack. God is in the call of the owl at dawn. God is in the ache of grief. God is in the falling and in the failing. God is waiting for us to pay attention, waiting for us to become curious. Curious enough to pause, curious enough to notice, curious enough to be still. So when you walk down the hall and you're in front of the food, pause. Just pause and give thanks. Or pause and say, I acknowledge you're right here with me. I'm aware of that. Where I live in Central Florida, you do too, fall doesn't happen in October, does it? Fall happens, at least at my house, in January and February. That's where the leaves fall off the trees. So the weather is usually glorious like it is out there now, and I'll go out and lay in my hammock like a queen, look at the blue sky and the clouds and the birds. And sometimes I'll watch the leaves because they like fall off in bunches off my red maple tree, and I'll watch one falling down and just watch it as it lands. And sometimes what I notice is there's no resistance. That leaf doesn't say, no, I'm not ready. I still have more photosynthesizing to do. I'm going to hang on for a little while longer. Leaf doesn't do that, right? It simply lets go. So I wrote a poem one time about this, and I'm just going to read one tiny little stanza. It goes like this. Were I like a leaf, crimson, scarlet, and gold, that loosens its grip from the branch and floats to the ground with ease, with dignity, and without fear. Wouldn't you like to be like that in your life? Move through your life with ease, with dignity, and without fear. And be alive and awake to who you are. And to be aware, awake and aware of the divinity that surrounds you and fills you and reminds you that you too are divine. So what might happen if we lose our grip? If we allow silence to just be there? How might we notice presence? Would it be in a burning bush? Probably not. We don't want it to be in a burning bush. Or would it simply be the quietness of our breath? David Hawkins, do you guys know David Hawkins? He wrote a book called Letting Go, The Pathway to Surrender. It's an amazing book. Those of you who read it, shake your head. Say, yes, it's a very good book. It really is. He says, get this, I'm going to read it twice. Quote, the presence is so obvious, so startling, so overwhelming, there's no question about it. It is profound and total and all-encompassing, unquote. Now I've only experienced that experience of presence infrequently. Probably like you, I have a full life run around in my life. It takes some real groundedness in sitting still with nothing else going on to reach this level of the presence is so obvious. We can look outside and see how obvious the presence is in nature. So startling, so overwhelming that there's no question about it. It is profound, total, and all-encompassing. Isn't that gorgeous? Yes. Yes. When everything stands in the way, when we surrender, it shines forth. And then I understand something. I don't have to chase it. I don't have to chase silence. I don't have to chase anything. I don't have to trap silence in a perfectly quiet room because it's already here. It's holding us. It's breathing us. It's beating our hearts. It's pouring into us, loving us. And perhaps silence is simply the moment when we finally notice. Would you join me in meditation? So you can close your eyes if you'd like. Or just soften your gaze. You can allow your hands to rest gently in your lap. And take a slow breath in. And gently let it go. Another slow breath in. Gently let it go. Just let it go. One more. Slow breath in. And let it go. There's nothing that you need to fix in this moment. Nothing you need to accomplish. Just sit here. Allow yourself to be held. Just arrive in this moment right here and right now. And begin by noticing the sounds around you. Again, the hum of the fans overhead. Perhaps the movement of a person next to you. Perhaps someone clearing their throat. A little cough. Someone shifting in their chair a little bit. Just notice it. These sounds are not interruptions. They are part of the moment, this moment, right here and right now. Now, bring your awareness to your breath. No need to change it. Just notice it moving in and moving out. The body breathing itself. Notice as you breathe the gentle rise and fall of your chest. That same quiet rhythm that's been happening all day and all last night, and you didn't need to manage it. So soften your shoulders a little bit. Drop them down away from your ears an inch or two. Allow the muscles in your face to relax. Notice the feeling of your body being supported, your feet touching the ground, your body resting in that chair, the earth quietly holding you. You're just resting here. If thoughts appear, and they will, simply notice them the way you might notice clouds floating across the sky. You don't need to chase them. You don't need to push them away. Just let them drift on by. And underneath the thoughts, underneath the sounds, there is quiet awareness. And stillness that's been here in this room the whole time. Not something you created, not something you had to work for, just something you are noticing. Now imagine, if you would, like I did, a single leaf on a tree, gently moving in the breeze. And when the moment is right, that leaf just lets go. It loosens its grip. It's not forced. It's not dramatic. It just floats softly downward. Notice what it feels like in your body to loosen your grip, just a little. To let the breath breathe, to let the heart beat. Silence is not the absence of sound. Silence is the awareness that holds everything. The hum, the breath, the thoughts, the beating heart. And right here, right now, you are already held in the presence. That's a beautiful thing. So let's rest here for just a few quiet breaths, a little bit of silence in the silence. And then when you are ready, if you need to wiggle your fingers or your toes to bring yourself to this time and this place, open your eyes when you're ready. And carry this quiet awareness with you all day long in everything that you do. Be aware that you are aware. There's a silence beneath everything. There always is, there always has been, and there always will be. Amen.
Oh, I almost fell asleep there. That was so nice. And what a nice message today too. I relate to that immensely this week. We had, just clearing my throat, I apologize. We had some Canadian friends visit this week because we have the Florida home, right? So they come to visit. They get away from that 40 below zero up there. And there was two, like mother, father, 4 kids between the ages of 8 and 13. So when you said at the beginning on your message about closing your eyes and listening to the fan, I could actually hear the fan. It was wonderful. And all week, all I heard from them, getting back to my Canadian roots, is they would wake up every day and they'd say, Eric, how's it going, eh? How's it going, eh? That's a Canadian thing if you've ever been up to Canada. Anyway, please join me. We have a beautiful song here, another Karen Drucker song that we did another one a little bit earlier, and this one is called Relax and Let Go. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. And every day I affirm and pray that I'm blessed with everything I have. I release my fear, 'cause it's all so clear. I am held, I am loved, I am saved. I release, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. And now I see what my life can be when I trust in process and have faith. And now I know when I just let go that I have all I'll ever need. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well.
Now is the time in our service where we're able to give back that which has been so abundantly given. There are tithing envelopes near you for you to put in your love offering and place in the baskets as you exit the sanctuary. There is also opportunities to give online. Thank you all for your support. Unity of Citrus is a tithing community. We give generously to local organizations and partner with those in our neighborhood who continue to help make Citrus County a wonderful place for all to live. If you'll say with me, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I send forth this gift with my blessings and my love. Do we have any children today?
No.
No children today? Well, let's bless the children, bless ourselves. Okay? We love you. We bless you. We behold the Christ in you. And we see you all doing great things. And now for the peace song.
Let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
If you will, our prayer for
God
surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you, guys.